North Yorkshire, known for its vast fields, scenic views and country life. But Kirby Misperton has become the battleground for England's fracking future. It's at this site where fracking is likely to go ahead, and it will be the first since 2011 when a test frack in Blackpool was found to be the probable cause of earthquakes. But what exactly is fracking? Fracking is a way of getting gas particles out of shale rock underground. To frack, a borehole is drilled into the ground until it hits the shale. It can then be drilled across horizontally. High-pressured water is then sent down the well with a small mixture of sand and chemicals. This is known as fracking fluid, which helps to crack open the shale rock and release gas, which is then sent back up to the surface to be separated from the fluid. Since preparatory work began in September, anti-fracking protesters have been living on the land next to Third Energy's site entrance on Hampton Road. They protest here daily in hope that they can halt the industry. So why are they so against it? Gabby Naphtali recently moved into a caravan to be closer to the protest. She believes that fracking isn't well regulated and will have a detrimental effect on the environment.
I grew up here. Walking here, cycling here, family days out. To see wells every mile and a half, and to know that the lateral drills can go up to 3 miles, they're going to frack everything underground into a toxic porridge.
But are these concerns legitimate? Experts believe that fracking can now be conducted safely in England.
It's a very routine and well understood process. It's just that it causes particular controversy when it's happening in new rock types in the shale, which is a different form of exploration. And in its early days in shale, it was less regulated, not well regulated initially in the UK. Now, situation's very different. We understand the science far better. The regulations will be in place, and personally I don't see any problem with the subsurface elements of fracking.
However, anti-fracking protesters believe that there are problems with the surface elements of fracking.
They keep trying to break it down into chunks, and so they'll say, right, well, it's not going to affect your groundwater because it's so far down. No, the fracturing process at that depth is unlikely to harm my groundwater. The failing of the wellhead will harm my groundwater. An accident at the top with 500 vehicle movements per frack will harm my groundwater. It will get into my groundwater, it will get into my agriculture, and then it may get into the aquifers.
And concerns like Tina's are growing. Anti-fracking support has been on the rise in the UK. According to the government's attitudes tracker, opposition to fracking has risen from 24% in 2014 to 33% in 2017, while support for fracking has dropped from 24% in 2014 to 16% in 2017. Kevin Hollenrake is the local Conservative MP. He's aware that there is a high level of opposition towards fracking, but believes that there are benefits.
We import around 50% of our gas today. Those numbers are going to increase over the next 20 years. So we'll be importing about 70% of our gas by 2030, for example. So we need gas. We're better producing something than importing, in my view. So there's an economic benefit as well as for the economy, for the treasury, but also for individuals, for our businesses, and people looking for work, for jobs.
It's unclear when the final government decision will be made on fracking in Kirby Misperton, but for protesters like Gabby, there are no benefits, and they will remain trying to halt the industry.
The government's not only sold out this community, but they're selling out every single community. The community's needs are not even being considered. It's all about making the money and doing the frack. At this point in time, I'm set to be here as long as it lasts. It's important that someone is seen to be standing and watching them, because otherwise what conscience are they ever going to have? There have to be people here to flag up the disaster that's happening.